Hey there, what's up guys, Minishcap1 doing another top lane Singed gameplay for you today. So here I am pushing this wave in. I'm versus a Renekton top lane. This is a post-game commentary, but I'm versus a Renekton top lane here, and I wanted to showcase this game because I go absolutely crazy with a YUUMI on my team later on. YUUMI mid lane actually. Playing on the main account, this was in about, I think like low master tier elo. Just got done with placements on the main account, hoping to grind it out to challenger within the next few months. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully we'll see. But yeah, so versus Renekton, I had the lane prio advantage here. I actually started with the call, which means I have a little bit more leeway than I normally would, but because I started with the lane prio advantage, I just went in and started pushing. Then I got level 2 advantage here, and then just go for the fling. Sadly, he gets level 2 as well, but then I ended up taking the bad trade because of the Renekton does Renekton things. Even with the call, you know, it just happens. So no big deal. We just pop our potions and make sure the wave crashes and then back off. Runes are Predator, Taste of Blood, Ghost Pro, Ravenous Hunter this game. Because I'm testing out Ravenous Hunter again, and it actually came in really clutch this game. Then I have Triumph and Legend Tenacity secondary. Obviously for Triumph and healing, and then Legend Tenacity being just generally pretty useful on Singed. Here, I'm backing off because I don't know where the enemy jungler is, and the wave is pushing towards me. I've regened basically to full HP with my potion, and so I just need to wait for Renekton to shove this wave in before I can walk up. If I walk up now, he's going to chunk me out and out-trade me. But you see how my cannon is alive, that means that the wave will push towards me slowly. So all we have to do is be patient and not fight Renekton when he's clearly stronger than us right now. Later on into the game, it's fine to fight him. Right now, nah. Can't do it right now. So walking up, trying to get what little CS that I can. Renekton's also sort of scared of Lee Sin, but that is okay. We're both just scared of each other's jungler right now. Right here, I see Lee Sin sort of contesting on that Scuttle Crab down there, so I'm watching that, seeing if I have to rotate down. End up not having to, but just in case I did actually clear that wave, the best decision there would have been to just leave that wave alive and let it keep pushing towards my tower, but because I, you know, don't know whether or not Kindred is going to contest that top scuttle, I decided to clear the wave in case I had to go over there. It does break a potential freeze that I could have had, and freezing is very useful in these hard matchups where you just need to get some CS, but that is okay. So here I'm just walking up and then recalling in the bush to make sure that he lets the wave crash. He actually does not. I get frozen on, but it is what it is, gotta deal with it. Right here, I'm looking bot lane. I said that they just dove onto my bot lane there with the Samira dash, so I decided to buy items and just teleport down. Get the kill on this Nautilus here. Yeah, get the kill on the Nautilus. Get some good value off that TP. Poison the wave and then just recall right there in the middle of the lane. Get back to top lane as fast as I can because Renekton knows that I TP'd down, so he's going to start pushing. Whenever we actually start playing Singed YUUMI combo, I will talk more about the combo, but I think it's actually really powerful and a little bit slept on, so we'll actually get to see that this game, which is really exciting. So you're just walking back to lane. I miss cannon, but because the cannon was there, I do get to get the EXP and gold for most of these minions over here. Because the cannon ends up tanking most of the tower shots that would have killed these little minions, which is useful. Here I know the Renekton just recalled, so I have a chance to push this next wave in. Then, because I know that Renekton coming back to lane right now would be kind of dangerous for me, I'm trying to decide whether I want to recall or go ward or do anything besides be in the lane, because Renekton is just going to out-trade me right now if I decide to fight him. Okay, so my thought process here, I believe, was I'm going to go into Kindred's jungle and drop a ward and help my mid laner out. I see my AD carry, or sorry, my mid lane YUUMI and my jungle Lee Sin doing Dragon, so I know that Kindred is most likely going to be pathing towards top side if she hasn't checked Dragon now. Because jungle usually just checks Dragon if they're on bot side of the map, but yeah, in this case, Kindred did not check, which means I have to be very defensive here, because she will most likely be near top side. Right there, what I'm doing is I'm putting poison and walking towards the wave to try and bait the Renekton into hitting like abilities on the wave and see if he can push it faster. So right there, I just saw Kindred on the, or I guess I wasn't watching my map, but I'm still kind of afraid of her. So yeah, I actually probably wasn't watching my map there, sadly, and didn't see the Kindred, but Now I think I saw her at this point. I'm just going to start pushing the wave because I know she's not here. Again, I had the choice to freeze it, but right now it's sort of risky for me to freeze it because Renekton still has teleport. Just something to think about. Like, there's benefits and downsides of everything. One of the benefits of freezing and letting him just have the TP if he goes for it is that I can build a really big wave and crash it into his tower and get plates. The downside is obviously he gets to TP onto my team and kill them. So at that point it really depends on how well your team is playing and how well the Renekton is playing as opposed to how well you're playing. So that's one of the reasons why I like to freeze a lot of the time. Here I pop my ultimate because Renekton, I thought he was going to all-in me. He actually does not, so ultimate's popped, and I decide to go ahead and push the wave. And I think he stopped all-inning whenever he saw my ultimate come up. W there was to stop him from dashing onto me just in case. Then we go ahead and back off and just reset. So here my team actually they ping towards top. What Lee Sin should have done here was just run at the Renekton. I'm not sure why he hesitated, but then I thought that Lee Sin was going to go, so I popped Predator, and then he just didn't go, so it ends up getting away, which is unfortunate. But that's okay. That is a-okay. So here again, I'm looking to try and reset if possible. I noticed that the Kindred is over there fighting Lee Sin. Kindred dies, and I'm pinging the danger from Renekton because Renekton will most likely be walking down. Here, I really should have recalled because the problem with Lee Sin going for this fight is I don't have any mana and my ultimate's down, so I'm worse than useless here. So as soon as Renekton shows up, it's just like there's not a whole lot I can do, and I knew that I should have probably backed off, but I didn't have the chance to, right? Singed without mana is just like, yeah, you really need your mana, and you need your ultimate most of the time too. Ah, the Kindred are. I got the kill on Echo, but yeah, it's unfortunate that that went the way that it did. Building towards first item Rylai's. Man, see, the thing is though, if I had mana, that fight was just completely different. Although, to be fair, I'm not really sure. And I think I mentioned this later as well. I'm not sure why the Lee Sin was just like invading like that. Like, he knows that I don't have any mana, right? Like he can look top and see my champion that I have no mana, but I don't know. Here, Renekton is very greedy, over pushing for this. I know that he doesn't have ultimate, so pop the poison on him, pop the Predator, pop the ultimate, kill him. You fucked up, Renekton. That's one of the reasons why I love Predator, is you can catch people off guard who are over pushing onto your tower for plates. Because with normal Conqueror or like Aftershock or whatever, or Spellbook, I actually wouldn't be able to catch him there. I'd have to walk around the long way and potentially lose a second plate. With Predator, I can just run at him and just chase him down and kill him. I see my jungler fighting over there again. Here I'm going to start clearing waves because I know the Kindred's not here. Just start proxying behind tower. Always trying to think about where the enemy jungler is. I see Echo in mid. Echo is the next biggest threat after Kindred. I see Nautilus in bot lane. Nautilus is not going to be roaming just yet. Because he is in bot lane, then I just clear this wave and then I back off. Now Kindred at this point has had time to recall if she wanted to. That's why I didn't recall back down there. I'm walking over to a bush for a little bit more safety. Yeah, I'm pinging my teleport in case we decide to go for dragon. Grab the Rylai's. Looking for a teleport flank here, but I don't have one, sadly. And I can't TP on that tower because it's getting heralded, so. Team ends up doing whatever. They kill the Echo. I think they force the Kindred flash there as well, so. Just walk back top lane here. My team should have this dragon, I believe. So right now I'm thinking, okay, I gotta go mid and clear that Herald. Then I see Gallia walking over there, so I don't. Gotta go back top lane. I'm not sure if I lose a plate for that or not. I have 3-stack Ravenous Hunter, so I'm under the assumption that I could probably fight through a Nectin. So I see he's greeting for a plate again. I see my ult's up again. I'm gonna go ahead and pop everything and run at him again, just like last time. What I did not realize was that he had Gore Drinker, but that's my own fault. 2 tower shots on him. He procced his Conqueror. Just trying to fight. The Ravenous Hunter actually does help me quite a bit here. Well played by him. He waited to the very last moment to pop his R. Although I think if he just popped it earlier, he would have probably killed me. Here I decided to back off, pop the W so he can't flash on me just in case. And sadly, the Kindred walking back towards top lane. I do get her ultimate though, which is decent. The Lee Sin is the type of jungler, I think, this game. And don't get me wrong, I'm not flaming, right? But I'm saying, like, that type of jungler does exist where they just, like, don't like to gank top lane, which is very frustrating sometimes, but it is what it is, right? Ooh, Samira with the ult. Here I'm TPing in, looking for that damage. Looking for those kills. I think I kill Samir here and get a Ravenous stack off of her. So this means the only Ravenous stack that I don't have, I think, is Kindred at this point. I think I've killed everybody except, or killed or assisted everybody except Kindred. So I'm at 6% Omnivamp, I think, off of Ravenous. And bear in mind, this is the thing. I don't think that I'll talk about this more when I get to my mythic, but I don't think that Omnivamp is very good without Unsinged without Riftmaker. I feel like you have to have Riftmaker to have Omnivamp be good. Otherwise, it's just not enough. Because they did reduce the healing that it provides because they decreased it for AoE, which does suck. And Singed damage is primarily AoE, but that's why I think that you kind of have to have the Riftmaker on top of it for it to be good. But if you can get there, it is actually really good. And my sort of the train of thought that led me towards this was, one, I have YUUMI on my team, so healing then becomes insanely good. But two, I was just like doing some thinking for a while, and if you guys have been on my stream like the last few days, you know I've been like pretty tilted trying to like figure out the Singed build. I've been trying to, you know, figure this out for 7-8 months, trying to figure out what to build because everything seems so weird. But I've been like thinking to myself recently, last few days, well, one, I think the Magic Pen build is very good, but the issue with it is that it's squishy. The damage is very high, but it is very squishy. Now, then my issue is, well, I think I told the Lee Sin to stop invading here. But like, see, my point was basically he just invades every time that he spawns. It's like really annoying. But yeah, my train of thought has basically been, well, every other champion in the game that I play against just heals a whack ton. So what am I supposed to do if they start healing and I don't have the damage to kill them? Well, one option is I can have the damage to kill them by building full Magic Pen or building Leandries, maybe, but even then Leandries probably wouldn't kill them. But I can just build damage to try and counter their healing, right? Morello, stuff like that. But the thing is, I can build Morello with any Singed build. That's not really like a build thing. How do I keep myself in the fight for as long as they are, right? Because like the longevity really matters for like poison damage output, right? So I decided to go back and try Ravenous with Riftmaker again. I think Riftmaker without Ravenous kind of sucks, but Riftmaker with Ravenous does actually feel pretty good, I will say. Not first item though. I think first item is really bad because Rylai's just gives you more on a cheaper power spike. But I think that once you have your Riftmaker, like, second, it's actually really good. Because then you have the Mythic passive off of it, you'll have a lot more, usually a lot more Ravenous stacks, if not full stacks. You'll have more AP because of the Mythic passive again, so it does actually kind of feel pretty good once you get to that point. But yeah, on Singed first item, I probably would avoid it. I think on most Riftmaker users, I would probably avoid Riftmaker first. It's just not that good first, I don't think. It's like the only mythic where it's not going to know when I'm spiked. So here we're running towards mid to fight this. And you'll start noticing the healing here as well whenever YUUMI gets on me. Oh man, Goofling the Kindred out of her own ultimate. YUUMI is on me, I got 5-stack Ravenous. Oh man, I'm just thinking to myself, if I had Riftmaker, right now, that's what I'm thinking right now. Man, if I had Riftmaker, I would have done like so much bonus damage so far. This fight lasted forever. I love how I put the pink ward down and there's just 3 wards in a triangle. But yeah, YUUMI is healing like a monster. This is why YUUMI Singed is so good, by the way. YUUMI just gives you massive burst heal. I should have probably just backed off here at this point, but I wasn't thinking about Samira. And then thought I could kill, but then Renekton gives me a stun, and I just get killed by the Samira. So unfortunate, but it is what it is. YUUMI survives though, which is awesome. But yeah, you can see immediately why Singed YUUMI is so broken, because YUUMI basically turns Singed into an absolute like superhero. That's what it feels like when you have YUUMI on you. You just feel like you're like the anime main character. You feel like you're the protagonist for once, and it feels really good. It feels very exciting. Right there, I decided to myself I wanted to buy anti-healing. So now I have fully stacked Ravenous Hunter. That's 7.5% Omnivamp. Then I have 8% plus 2% off of Riftmaker because I have 2% on Mythic passive. So I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14.5, 16.5% Omnivamp off of 2 items, which is quite high. And then you add that with Ultimate and YUUMI, and the healing does get quite good. Although YUUMI is doing mostly okay. I don't know why she decided FF there. Yeah, I told my team to stop following Lee Sin, because I just don't believe that they should be following his decisions. I think that my decisions are better. This is something that I will do occasionally, where I notice one of my teammates is, like, mechanically playing very well, but then they're just not able to, like, make the right decisions. It's like, sure, dude, you know? No flame, I respect your mechanics a lot. My mechanics are terrible. You know, his mechanics are most likely way better than mine, but my decision-making, I would argue, is usually better. And in this situation, it is better, so I decided, I tell my team, hey, listen, just follow me, right? I will make the right decisions for us. I will do the right thing and help us win this game. That's the idea of it. Right here, I'm needing help for the Renekton because I want my team to come try and fight him and kill him. In hindsight, I probably could have just solo killed him with the items that I have and the level of Omnivamp that I have, but it's okay. Decided to go group with my team here because I have a feeling that a fight's gonna happen. No one's clearing that. Look how pushed up the bot wave is, but Lee Sin is still looking for a fight. Man, just craziness. Here I noticed that these two are kind of pushed up, so I'm walking towards mid. Team is sort of walking towards me. They saw me right there on that creep wave, so they're pushing or hitting abilities on me. Nautilus overextends a bit, fling him in. Team murders him. Kindred caught in the slow of my Rylai's, fling her in. Lee Sin kicks her out, and she's dead. Very nice. Sadly, the Baron wasn't spawned yet, otherwise I would have probably gone for that. I can't really help with the siege anymore on the tower, because, like, I'm pure melee range with no ultimate or anything, so I decided to just go back top and start farming. Which I think honestly was the right decision, but the issue then becomes Renekton is over here and he's gonna start fighting them. It ends up going, like, kind of okay, I would say. I'm not sure exactly how the fight went. Oh, Ezreal? Ezreal? Nice. Lee Sin? Let's go, dude. But we really need vision, and we really need towers, and because I'm not super useful, oh, my Lee Sin dove for some reason, I don't know why. I don't know why he towered over there. But we really need towers and vision, and I'm thinking, well, I can't really help you siege the mid. I could maybe peel, but, you know, in terms of actually sieging the tower, I'm very useless, so I'm gonna go top and push that tower in, because I can. I noticed the Omnivamp helping me stay on the map, by the way, after these fights, and just farm a lead, which is really nice. That's one thing that I do notice a lot about Ravenous Hunter, is it will just help you farm a lead, and that feels really, really good. What I mean by farm a lead is sometimes with other setups, like, and this is obviously not always the case, but sometimes with other setups, here I'm TP flanking mid. My ultimate's off until just now, pop the R, fling the Nautilus, he's dead, go for the Kindred, pop her in the poison, I think she dies. Does she? Nope. But I live from the Omnivamp, she does die, very nice. Grab the Triumph, grab the YUUMI heal, I'm half health all of a sudden. That's 2 fights with without recalling, which is really nice. But I'm picking Baron here. We should have totally done Baron, but I don't know what happens. But back to my other point. What I mean by farming a lead is that Ravenous does help you, like, farm a lead, right? And that means basically after a positive fight happens, what sometimes Singed struggles with doing with certain setups is that he can't stay on the map to just push out waves and take jungle camps from the enemy, because he's out of health usually. He'll have maybe a bit of mana left, but he's usually very low on health, and it's very dangerous for him to stay and start, like, killing waves, right? Now, the benefit of Omnivamp in that regard is that Omnivamp will actually allow you to then do all of that. It lets you You say you win a fight, right? Then normally what you want to be able to do, shove the waves all the way to tower and take camps and recall and reset. That way, not only do you have the lead from winning the fight, you have leads from taking all the resources on the map, right? And make yourself stronger. That's the idea. Here, we see Renekton overextending bot lane. I decided to run down there with Predator. Bit of a dangerous call because my ultimate was down. I did not expect these guys to be here, but that's okay. Recall here, pop my ultimate. Right there, enough we're gonna keep fighting. Playing the Kindred, I should have, oh man, that was so rough. I should have just walked back into her ultimate after I flung her, but I thought that she would die. So I didn't walk back, that was a problem. But it ends up being kind of okay. Really get screwed a little bit by the Singed cooldown, ult cooldown here. You're super ult reliant. I'm not complaining about it, I'm just saying that is the way the character works. The Morellonomicon was for anti-healing, by the way. It anti-heals off the Kindred ultimate, and it anti-heals off of all of their AoE healing. So what I can do is if I get 5-man Morello in a Kindred ultimate, I can reduce the enemy team's healing and you know, in effect, make it so my team is healing more off of an enemy player's ultimate, which is awesome. Yeah, I think I had 2,000 healing reduced that fight, by the way. With Morello, and my ultimate was even off for most of it, but I anti-healed for 2,000, so yeah, a lot of these games, I would even argue most games, healing is still absolutely insane. Morellonomicon is just really important to have, or even just Oblivion Orb. Like, yeah, I know it sucks to be forced to spend 800 gold, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Here again, my ultimate was actually down, and I probably shouldn't have fought this, but then that's why I decided to back off. Then Galio gets hooked, I think, which is a little unfortunate. Then I decided to go back in. I should have just backed off, but again, ultimate was down here, which sucks. It does suck, but it ends up being sort of okay because YUUMI and Ezreal live, I think. Run, boys, run! Run, boys, run! They're okay, nice. Here at this point, I decided to go Zhonya's, and I decided to go for the Fiendish Codex component first because I really need CDR. But honestly, like, sometimes that's just a little bit unfortunate, and that's something that I have to be more careful of. I have to be more careful of not walking into any aggressive spots when my ultimate is down because I'm so vulnerable without it, right? Singed stats and damage output is completely balanced around his ultimate. It's very important for Singed to have ultimate because the character, I think, is not designed to function very well without it. Even with the YUUMI on me, which is kind of crazy. I think that Singed without his ultimate is actually like weaker than the majority of his of the roster, and I think that's by design, which is fine. Like that's on purpose, right? That's how it's supposed to be because he's like just balanced around Insanity Potion, which is fine. That's cool with me. But that does also mean that the little bit of CDR that you get from a mythic item is really important. I think that a lot of the time that's what a lot of these mythics are better for than anything else, is just having that little bit of CDR. But that being said, with Ravenous, the Riftmaker does actually kind of feel okay. I did go to Sorcerer Shoes this game, by the way, because I wanted just extra damage output, and Tabby wasn't extremely useful for me here. It's good versus Kindred, Samira, but then again, like, I have YUUMI, and I want damage output, so... This is a nice part about Ravenous Hunter and Riftmaker as well. I can just run into the creep wave and, like, maintain full HP, which does feel really good. It lets you farm like a bit of a fool, but a very fast farming fool, which is important. Recall by my Fiendish here. Let my team know that I have teleport and go back top to clear this wave. So what's going to happen here is the enemy team's going to see me top and they're going to look for a fight in mid. So I said to just TP in as soon as I see my Lee Sin down there, getting cut off slightly, TP in. Try to go for the Samira, I get CC locked by Nautilus. Nautilus just ends up dying though, and I'm healing off the Omni Vamp with the Triumph procs. Fling the Samira, could not get the Goof Fling, sadly, it's okay. Do a lot of damage to her though on the way out. And she actually flashes onto my Gallia. I guess they have vision there, which is unfortunate. And then I have to actually go help my Ezreal because Ezreal's by himself over here versus Renekton and Kindred. And then we're getting flanked over here by Samira Echo. I'm pinging it just in case he doesn't know. And then we ended up clearing the wave in mid to make sure that they couldn't push. But yeah, look, I'm full health after that fight. Like, I'm full health. I can go farm whatever I want, wherever I want. Within reason, right? which is super awesome, because normally I wouldn't be able to do this. Normally I'd have to recall right there and then go back and farm top. But with the Ravenous Riftmaker, I'm just able to just sit top and just farm it up. So I have 7.5 off of Ravenous Hunter. I have 8% off of Riftmaker, and then 4% off my legendaries. So that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.5% Omnivamp off of Riftmaker and 2 legendaries, which is high. And then once I have Zhonya's, it'll be even more, which is good. Telling my team to back off there because I don't have teleport. Very, very important that they back off there. Here I changed my mind and decided to go with Stopwatch over Seekers because I wanted to make sure that I have the invulnerability instead of the armor. The armor is important, but I'm about to be level 16, which is 90 armor, so... Alright, watch the YUUMI Singe here. This is absolutely insane. It's mental what a YUUMI Singe can do. It's craziness. Here they're walking up, trying to zone me out. No problem, just back off. I'm hovering because the dragon's about to spawn, and I want to be near my team. Here, Nautilus is just focusing me down again for some reason. I don't know why he's blowing all of his cooldowns on me, like he thinks it's gonna matter if he sees me, but... One-shot the Echo, he doesn't even get a chance to ultimate, kill the Nautilus, and then I just go absolutely crazy with YUUMI here. We're just going nuts. Kindred is trying so hard to get away and she just can't. Oh, I love it. And look how much I'm healing with just the Omnivamp. I'm taking tower shots, it doesn't even matter. Here, flinging the Kindred out of her own ultimate, she dies. Oh, it's so nice. And I'm just healing and YUUMI is healing me and I'm just a heal machine. And she's just a healing kitty. It's so nice, man. It's so good. It does feel good. Even when they buy anti-healing to deal with you, I think one of them does. Even when they do that, you still heal so much because healing is balanced around the fact that there's anti-healing present in the game. You know what I mean? So like even then, healing is still good. Healing is just, it's season 11. Healing is season of healing, or 11 is season of healing, which is crazy because we thought that season 10 was already too high of healing, and then they made season 11, and yeah, so. They made season 11 with the express intention of reducing healing, and healing is just higher than ever, so awesome. Love to see it. Go back, buy the Zhonya's, 21.5% Omnivamp. With the YUUMI on me. With 3.3k health. Gonna go pretty crazy. But yeah, the reason why I think you need Riftmaker with, I think I said this before, but the reason why I think you need Riftmaker with Ravenous is because either one by themselves is not enough if you're just looking for healing. I think you need both. At least on Singed. If Singed, well, Singed is balanced around, oh my god, the pick with YUUMI. Well, let me just go ahead and PogChamp out. Yeah, so right there I saw Kindred actually overextending. And I decided to just go in with YUUMI and Predator. I have everything available, and Ghost if I needed it, and just completely catch and murder. But yeah, I think either one by themselves is not enough on Singed. I think you need both if you're going to go for it, because your damage is primarily AoE. But that's a good thing, because Poison Trail is very strong if you get into a fed position with team fighting. Here, I decide I have the YUUMI, I have healing. I'm just going to go into the Nexus. I don't even think they can deal with me. And I'm just tanking tower shots. I'm just farming minions. I'm healing so much at this point. It's absolutely insane. It's all small healing though over time, because the heal proxy you get are very small. But like you notice it especially when you're able to do stuff like this and just go crazy. So feels really good. And then we just go ahead and end the game. Feels really nice. Let me go ahead and pull up the OPGG for you guys so you guys can see the damage and stuff like that this game, which was very useful. I'll go to my OPGG and then just pull that up on the screen for you guys so you can see. Here's the game. I think this is it right here. So there's the build. My overall damage was 33.2k, second highest on my team, second highest in the entire game, second highest MVP as well. 12, 5, and 14. Very, very crazy stuff. Very good stuff, I think, overall. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and I'll probably be experimenting a bit more with Ravenous Hunter Riftmaker second, just to see, just to see if I can fight fire with fire, if I can just fight healing with healing. Maybe that's the way. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it a lot.